It's tool time, guys. Got a new right angle that I ordered in the mail today. This one's a Skil. If you guys hadn't been checking out the Torque Test channel, you definitely want to do that. They give you the 411 to download unbiased reviews of anything torque and power. And due to those guys doing those videos, I've been able to make some really informed purchases on certain things. Now, before I ordered this one, I ordered the Milwaukee, the M12, and still waiting on that. But I ordered this guy from Walmart.com. Came in 2 days. I think the M12 is coming from either Amazon or Home Depot. Should be here tomorrow. But we're gonna go with these. So what we have here are three similar looking tools, right? I got two snap-ons and the Skil now, and then I'll add the Milwaukee. I bought that bare tool because I have a lot of M12 and I have a lot of their batteries. So that's why I bought that one. But after watching the review on Torque Test channel and seeing how weak it was, I had to go ahead and pick up the King of the Hill in the right angle impact driver game, which is gonna be the Skil. This thing does numbers. It pretty much shut everything else down. And it was only $99 for the whole kit. Let's move the snap-ons off to the side for a minute. Let you guys see this. All right. So this is the box that it came in. You can see the part number in the upper right-hand corner of the box. It came with this 2 amp hour battery and this charger. I don't know if it's a fast charger or not. I did charge the battery when I got it. See, it has like a USB port on the front. I don't know what that's for, but I'm sure I could plug in and like charge my flashlight or something while I'm charging the battery, which is pretty cool. So that's what you get in the kit, the tool. You get the tool, the battery, and the charger for $99. Can't beat it. All right. And what it is, and it's brushless. Imagine that. So, oh wow. So it is a fast charger. Check out the box here. And it comes with a 5-year warranty. It's tapping on Milwaukee's door with that warranty. Milwaukee has that 5-year warranty, which is bulletproof, by the way. And it came with a clip, but I don't use the clips a lot of the times. Maybe I will start now that I'm out of the shop environment and I'm on the truck in a mobile environment. The clip might come in handy. It's still in the box. Still in the box. All right, so here's the deal, guys. We got the Skil. Has an awesome light, as you can see. So that's the Skil. So the light on the snap-on is at the bottom. All right, and this is really a ratchet. So you get part number on this, and I'll tell you why I have all these things. So that's the part number for the snap-on, and then my other snap-on here. Paddle, like the Skil instead of the button, like the ratchet. Here's the part number. This is actually a drill driver. All right. Has a chuck, dial it in, doing screws, drilling, whatever you're doing. Just like a drill, 1 and a 2. So 2 is high speed, 1 is low speed. So typically when they do that, the lower speed is the higher torque. So this is what we have. You can see the heights all compared. The drill does have a mag boot on it. It gives it a little more height. I got my other mag boot on this snap-on battery that's charging. And we'll take it off and throw it on. Throw the mag boot on there. I like these. Okay, so yeah, the mag boot did set it up a little higher. okay? So here's the deal. I carry this every day, the Snap-on bit ratchet. This is basically a power bit ratchet. You can operate it manually. It's tough, but you can do it. Can't do it by hand, but you can do it. Outside of that, you can, just like a ratchet, all right? And we all know the difference between a ratchet, an impact driver, and a drill. If we don't, the impact driver is using the hammer, and the hammer is creating a torque as it spins around and hit it a lot of times, whereas a drill is giving you full torque at all times. So when you press the trigger, you're getting everything all at once, which is also why they cam out so easy. So the impact driver with the hammering action, it doesn't cam out like a drill cams out. A drill cams out way easier. So the ratchet was kind of like, it's nowhere near a drill, and it's not an impact driver, but mainly I'm taking screws in and out, but sometimes I have to drive some stuff, and that's why I bought this guy. I got to put some slide rollers on. The guy redid the floors, he did them himself, which is fine, but when he did the slide, he didn't put the rollers on while he was doing the floor, which would have been the ideal time to do it, is before you screw the plywood down, put the rollers underneath so that your slide sits level and comes in good, because it's an above floor slide. So I'm gonna have to do it after the fact, try to jack the room up, get me about 4 to 6 inches, just pushing it and wedging pieces of wood or whatnot underneath it. I got some of those little air jacks where you squeeze the air into the bag and it, anyway, I got some of those to help with that. But ultimately, I'm gonna have to drive in like 1 inch, probably just gonna be 1 inch screws, some 1 inch fasteners, which I'll probably use hex heads, so I won't have to worry about camming out so much. But 1 inch to 1.5 inch fasteners to install those rollers, depending on the thickness of the floor and things like that, whether I got to put a piece of 1x under it or what, it's going to determine the fastener that I use. So I might even have to go to a 2 inch. And I knew that I was not going to be able to do it with this, because this is not a drill and it's not an impact driver, it's a ratchet. I get away with using this every day to remove screws that are already installed because it has the power to do it, right? But what it doesn't do very well is making new holes. I have to put a lot of down pressure on the head, and I'm not gonna have the luxury of doing that when I'm sticking this. Now the form factor is sweet, which is why I bought it, because it's tight, it's small, the head is tiny, and I can get it in places where I can't fit these other guys. So you kind of look, I'm gonna line them all up, let you take a look here. As you can see, that's a lot smaller than the other two. So it has its place, and normally I'd be using like a 1 inch bit. So I would, but we're gonna do a little demonstration. But normally I'd be using a 1 inch bit, keeping it really tight, or even a stubby in this guy to get in those tight spots. All right. But I'm using this, I got a new pack of DeWalt bits that I opened up, and I'm gonna be using to show the difference in the performance on this, right? Because I'm gonna have to be installing these screws in fresh wood. I'm not gonna be able to drill any pilot holes, and I need the tool to be able to do it, which is why I bought right angle impact, because I know it's gonna have the power to do the job. So let's go. I got some test rigs set up here. So we're gonna go with the snap-on ratchet. And I'm gonna try not to put much force down on it and see what happens. Oh, that's out. I pre-started these a little bit. As you can see, it stalls out, but it did sink it. And it cammed out a little bit at the end, but it did get the screw all the way in. Now the drill. Now I would not have been able to do that, and I'll show you in a minute what happens when I have to start off fresh. See, the drill on full power, camming out. So what I would have to do is put pressure on the head. I'm not gonna be able to do that when I'm using this upside down underneath the floor and I only have like a 6-inch space. So I'll put my hand back here because I will be able to do that. I have to put more pressure, and see, it's just chewing up the head, right? So that's not good. So I knew that this tool was not gonna be the one for me. Now we got the Skil, we got the impact driver. Again, not really putting much pressure on it. And all of these are the same bits. Killed it, no problem. Effortless power, didn't have to put pressure on it, and it just drove it in. You heard it was impacting right away. The drill did the worst job because to get the drill to do this, I would have to put a lot of pressure on the head. Well, it's chewed up now. Let's see if I can get it out with the, I probably won't be able to get it out. Yep, that's a goner. And see, that's exactly what I don't want to happen when I'm in a situation like that. So this guy stays home a lot. It's good for some stuff, but if I can put my hand on it, like I'll take another screw, and this is starting fresh. See, it's good for this. Now, I'll try it with no pressure. And then, as you can see, the light is flashing. My finger is still on the trigger. That's all the power it has, but it was able to do it. So a fresh fastener from the start, it was able to sink it. Not as good as these, but it's a drill. It's giving you all the torque at one time. So with the fastener half already started, it cams out a lot, but from a fresh start, it does good. So it's good at that. Now, let's take it back out with the drill. See, it wants to cam out. It wants to cam out because it's already tight. It's in there. So I'm gonna take that same fastener and I'm gonna use the ratchet and I'm gonna try to start it. It did it. Sunk there pretty good, but it struggled. And I don't want a problem with that starting to cam out. All right, impact driver starting fresh. Let's put it in forward. It's the Skil. No problem. See, and I stopped it myself. I took my finger off the trigger because it's flush. It sinks it. Now, that's what I need. I need a tool that's gonna be able to really drive it in because I'm not gonna have much downforce. I'm gonna be drilling, let's take this one out. Let's take these other ones. I'm getting a little chewed up. So let's see. That ring light is awesome. So make sure it's in forward, and it is. This is what I'm gonna have to be doing. I'm gonna have to go under the floor, and I need this thing to perform. Ooh, not good. I don't know if it's because I've already used the screws or what, which is why I'm using hex heads. I'm not gonna be using these. All right, cool. All right, so probably not a good idea for me to use the old screws over and over because it's chewing up the head, and these screws are soft. So that's the one that it did. This is the one that it stopped on. It's from the side. It's easy to finish it when I can put that pressure on it. But this is the one that I did from start to finish, going from underneath. All right. This screw is a little chewed up. Now I'll get some new screws because I got a whole bag of them. I'll try the drill, the snap-on drill. Yeah, it's in forward. Going from underneath. Starting fresh. It's like a die grinder. Got right there and stopped, and that's with a brand new screw. All right. And the ratchet, I already know this is gonna be a fail. The ratchet got further than the drill. So, which is why I keep this one on the truck, because it was like the best of both worlds when I factor in the size of the head. So the drill got to here, the ratchet got to here, and of course the impact driver put the second one all the way in when I use a fresh screw that hadn't been used before. So there you have it. When it comes to the screws, that's the difference with these tools, right? I can move this guy out of the way. Yeah, I got my Craftsman fan blowing on me because it's super hot out here. Something else I got off the truck, we'll go back to the drills in a minute. Just a quick, this is for straightening out the fins on the air conditioner, and so is this tool. So I bought some more of these tools because I ran into some that I have combs and some of them wouldn't fit. So I got these guys so I can be a little more versatile. And this is just stiffening. So I can put this in between the fins and comb them up, straighten out the fins. All right. Now, we're gonna move on to some lags. I got these started. All of these are pre-started. We're gonna use the a Milwaukee socket little adapter combo. We'll use it for all of them. Oh no, this thing's not locking. Oh man, the collet is not locking on this, on the Skil. The bit retention is it's not staying in. It's supposed to be okay. I had to play with it. That's not good right out of the box. Pull up the collar to release. When I went to use it on this this bit, it didn't. I guess you have to. Man, it's not like automatic like the DeWalt's and stuff. I have to pull the collar up to get it to lock. So that's what we're doing next. Is I'm gonna see how they perform, all using this guy. And this is going through a piece of 2x material, going into a piece of untreated, mating with a piece of treated. See how it does. I'll go with the ratchet first. The batteries are all fully charged on these. Green light means full battery for the snap-on. All right. Here we go. Got the ratchet. Stalling out already. All right. That's as far as the ratchet could go. It's stalling out. That's the limitations of the power on that. And these are bolts that I would use to install an air conditioner, like a roof mount air conditioner. These are the bolts that I'd be using, so, or an awning. All right, we're in 2. Automatic. Flashing lights. Let's go to 1 since it has it. See if it can finish off in 1. All right, in 1, it made it through. It made it through and it started penetrating the treated, as you can see. All right, not too shabby. Everybody knows the Snap-on power tools are underpowered. See if she has anything else in her, and I'll even put pressure on it. Oh, I guess I won't be putting too much pressure on it because I got to hold it too. Yeah, she can go some more. Give her a little break, and she can finish the job. Okay, and then that's it. So I had to try it a couple times, but it actually was able to do it. Let's see if the ratchet will go anymore. Let's give it a little pressure on the top. Let's see what it can do. Nah, it's just stripping the gears. I can smell the grease. I can smell the grease cooking in it. It's not going much further. It did, it got it to right there. And now for the impact driver. Split the board. It was sinking it down. I stopped it. It's splitting the wood. Put it all the way in. I didn't have to use but trigger force. Didn't have to put a bunch of pressure on the head like with the drill. So that's why I got this thing, guys. Gotta have the right tool for the job, like one of the viewers say. And when I know I gotta do something and I don't have the right tool for the job, God has blessed me enough to be able to go out and buy the right tool. It's gonna make me money, save me money at the same time. Plus I get to get the new tool. So it's a win-win situation for me. So the Skil is definitely top of the king of the hill when it comes to these right angle tools. And that's the main thing I got in my tool haul. Now I'll do this head to head again when I get the M12. It should be here tomorrow, but I don't really have to do that. I was just showing you the difference between the 3 different styles because Torque Test Channel has already proven who's the best, which is why I bought this thing, right? Because it won on the Torque Test Channel, right? So definitely go and check them out. Now, my thing was highlighting the different styles of right angle driving tools, so to speak. And I use this the most because of the size of the head, right? This is, well, let's put them together. You can see the difference right there. All right. All right. Phone's on low power. I had to mess with the phone. But yeah, that's a big difference when you're trying to get in that tight spot, right? Now, of course, the snap-on is gonna kill it again on head size with the Skil. When they're both down, but the true story is gonna be between the drill and the impact driver, and they're about the same. But this is a much more versatile tool. This is gonna get the job done. This has way more power. And I'm in the same spot as far as space-wise as I'm with my right angle snap-on, okay? So between the ratchet, the drill, and the Skil, right angle impact driver, this is what I'm gonna need to do that job with. And this is probably going in the tool bag, and I'll end up putting this guy in the toolbox because of the power. I want to have this to not cam out screws and things like that. This snap-on, it's gonna stay in the toolbox at home. These two guys will be on the truck. Now this fits in my bag really good because of the neck and everything. So in that TP XXL, my electrical bag, this fits in there really well, and I really like that. But I do have to do this a lot. I have to put pressure on the neck and the head to get tough fasteners in or out. Whereas with the Skil, I wouldn't have to do that. So I'm probably going to make this guy work in the bag. And maybe I'll stick this, yeah, like I said, it'll be going in the toolbox. If I need it, I'll grab it if I need it for tight spot or something. That's what I got, guys. RV Tech Pro, out.